going on, y'all? Back again for another super hot fire episode of People I Don't Know. Okay, y'all, this is episode 2. And I told y'all we're going to keep this going the first Friday of the month. Now, it's Saturday. I ain't going to lie, I know that. But some things happen, but that's okay. Because moving forward, each one is going to be on Friday like it's supposed to be. So this episode is titled I don't like people who don't know how to read the room. Short, simple, to the point. You ever been in a situation where you've seen people who couldn't read the room? People who come in the room and it's obvious these people don't like you, but you keep coming around them. Are you just being a douche rocket and like trying to piss people off? Or you really can't tell these people really don't rock with you like that? It's kind of like it's kind of like being a white person and going in a room full of black folks saying nigga. That's how awkward y'all be looking sometimes. Or, going to a nursing home and being like, thank God I'm not old. What are you doing? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like stuff like that. It's like when you go into a room, whether you do it, subconsciously or in the actual room, you need to scan the room. You need to be like you need to look around just like that, because y'all be walking in the room talking mouth first. I think of that picture of SpongeBob, that one fish that walking in the room be like, "Yer," like that's how y'all do, and that's cool. But less is more. How you don't be knowing that this ain't the time or the place? Or you ever been to a function and you could tell like just the vibe in the room, like y'all can't read the energy in the room, and like you could tell it's like aggressive or like something about to happen, and maybe just my discernment, but it's like you can tell like something about to happen. Or you in a room, say it's a bunch of black folks, and depending on what side of the town you on, and they start playing all fighting songs, that ain't the sign for you to leave, or that ain't the sign like, hey, something's finna go down. But this is the thing with reading the room. You also got to stop telling people your business. If you've then observed somebody tell everybody else's business, why would you go and tell them yours? Make it make sense. Why, if you sat up here and you've observed that some people you're in a room full of people, say you a scammer, and you're in a room full of people that work 9 to 5s, and you like, I think 9 to 5s are stupid. Okay? What do you mean? Why? It's like know your audience. And that's the problem we have in today's society. People don't know their audience. They can't see like this is not the time or the place. And your mom ever told you that when you was a kid, like, this ain't the time or the place? I guess y'all didn't learn that lesson, or y'all social cues is just that off. But this ain't the time or the place. Let's talk about, never ever will I be happy to brag about anyone who's passed away. I think that is the most vile thing you could do in the late passing of Kevin Samuels. Now, I agree with a lot of stuff that he has said. Do I agree with everything? No. What I think we can stand in unison and say is that his delivery wasn't the best. And in some cases, I think he know that. I just think he don't care, which is fine, because I'm the type of person where I respect people for being who they are. If this who you are, that's how I look at the Jason Lees, the Joe Buttons, the Charlamagne the God, the Wendy Williams. Those people, that's who they are. You have to respect it. You may not love it, you may not like it, but you got to respect it. But the thing with him is y'all over here rejoicing in his death. That's never okay. Especially, and not saying it would be okay even if he did something to you, but especially if he never did nothing blatantly to you. It's one of them things where it's kind of like, it's a little strange. It's strange that you're okay with that publicly. Now, you was in the comfort of your own home and you was saying it, then cool, but y'all be on Instagram rejoicing like, it's a little wild. Moving on. Now, we already talked about scanning the room. We also talked about, filtering conversation. But something else we need to talk about. Stop telling people how much money you make. You in a room full of people, yet again, and this may be an immaturity thing, whatever. And why are you telling people how much money you make? Why are you telling people you make this much, this much? Stop telling people all your sources of income. Because these people could be plotting on you. You don't know what people are capable of. You don't know who people know. And the same, like I said earlier, when you're talking about people to people, you don't know who people know. Now, if you one of the people where you like, I'm telling them this because I know they're going to say something, that's different. Still, but still, like, you just have to be, you have to, observe. Again, I'm not one of them people, because some people be like, oh, you have to sit back and be quiet. I don't necessarily believe that, because you can still talk and just be talking about nothing and still observing. I do it all the time. Don't be talking about nothing, but I still kind of, doing my look. Because you just never know what's about to happen. And this is the thing too. We got to stop with the asinine comments. We got to stop talking about stuff that's just like not the time or the place. So if you seeing everybody enjoying themselves and you constantly talking about something, you ready to go home, then go home. You can't read the room and see everyone's having a good time, you dodo. You can't see that these people ain't ready to go home. You gotta pay attention to stuff like that. And even but then it's the opposite. If you one of them people where the night has ended and you still lingering around, and it's like, what are you doing? Go home. Because like I said, some of y'all be wondering, like, is there somebody at your house that's, hurting you or something? And I'm saying that trying to be funny because some of y'all live by yourself. But some of y'all act like it's somebody at home you ain't trying to see. And in some cases, if that is the case, then, please let somebody know. But for those of y'all who live by yourself, I'm dissing y'all. The other people, I'm not dissing them. But the people who live by yourself, I'm dissing y'all. Because go home. Why is you still here? The night has ended. The people at the restaurant ready to go home. For them clubbers, people at the club waiting on you, they can't leave till you leave. And you not leaving because you don't want to go home. Do you not want to be lonely or something? What's that song? I'm so sick of being lonely. That's what it is? Is that what it is? Scan the room. No one's here. Why are you still here? That's something to think about too. As I end off today, I just want to say, because people don't know how to read the room, I'm an excellent room reader. I know who in the room ain't rocking with me. I know this is somewhere I need to flee. And I just feel like y'all need to learn to do the same thing. Now, it's not easy because something you got to learn from your mistakes. But in the same breath, y'all, this is what you have to take into consideration. Everybody don't think like you. So how you may think this should go like this, then and they not gonna think like that. I instantly think about Donald Trump. Donald Trump's reading the room skills were terrible. He just said the craziest, wildest stuff. And it was funny, it was inappropriate, but it was just like you can tell, his social cues are off. And I think that's what it comes down to. A lot of times people's social cues are just a little off. And it is what it is. It's life. You can't get past. You can get past anything. But ending off with this episode of People I Don't Know, I just want to say that, seriously, stop rejoicing at Kevin Samuel's death. Whether you love him or hate him, it's still not okay. And read the freaking room. Like, it's a simple term, but seriously. Them people don't want you there. Leave. Like, leave. Leave. And that is episode 2 of People I Don't Know.